Alright guys, we've got this week's COT data, but we have a little bit of context to consider before trading anything on the COT. Is that we have some geopolitical issues with the US and Russia. They're evacuating the embassies in Ukraine. It's like official, and I still think that nothing's going to come of it, but it's like there's lots of pieces of the chessboard that are moving to and fro, and so it could be a little bit of a risk event. The other risk event is the Fed having an emergency meeting. Right, so they're talking about hiking tomorrow. If so, the dollar is going to go absolutely parabolic, and we might have a big risk-off scenario because it looks like these two things have come together and they're going to head on. So whatever we look at from a risk perspective, these two things could override anything. Right, if this materializes and actually escalates, it's a huge deal. And if they hike, then that's going to be a huge deal as well. Lagarde is also speaking on Monday as well, so it's going to be quite a tricky day on Monday. It doesn't come up as a high severity, which is interesting. I think her speeches should, because the last time she did talk, the euro went pretty roller coaster. So just bear that in mind. She's talking, and she might be jawboning the euro down because she was a little bit too hawkish. So there are things to bear in mind. You've got some context here. Now, sentimentally, from a COT perspective, where are we? The euro is now more bullish than the US dollar index on the net non-coms. So the banks and institutions are more bullish the euro now than they are on the dollar. The last time it was stronger, we're looking back at what's that? September 2021. Yeah, so that's the last time. Then it dumped. Then we tried to rally, and then nope. And then this looked like this was a Lagarde move. So if we do go risk off in a big way, the euro USD shouldn't really perform well. That should dump and the dollar should gain because the dollar is more of a safe haven. Alright, so just bear that in mind. We have to remember the context for this week. Let's add pound. We'll do it like we did last time because it was quite handy. It was quite good. Pound's going up and the euro is going up. The dollar is ticking down. So you look for GU. Look for pound strength. Oh, we've actually gone positive. Yeah, we have gone positive. Yeah, so that's really interesting. That hasn't happened for a while. Yeah, 18th. So yeah, it's nearly a month now. So that's that. So you're looking at things ticking up and looking at things ticking down, and you looked for a bias there. Aussie down. It's interesting. Okay. Do Kiwi. Where are we? It's changing colours. Sideways. So the Kiwi's like a non-mover. Maybe the Euro Kiwi. Maybe. But the Euro Oz. The fact that the Euro Oz is going up, that's signalling risk off. Yeah, so we have to be a bit careful, I think, this week. Let's do yen. Japanese yen is up ever so slightly, still underneath the zero line, so we're still negative at a net level. However, we're going closer to the zero line over time, but it's quite subtle. And we'll do CAD as well. And Canadian dollar is the grey, and that's pointing down. So perhaps we can maybe zoom it in, maybe. Oh yeah, here. We'll just do the last month or something. Date filters. We can probably do maybe this quarter. Yeah, that's a bit better maybe. So Euro FX is now the strongest. The Australian dollar, no, the US dollar is now second strongest. Canadian dollar third. British pound is the fourth. Kiwi is the fifth. Then we've got the yen, and then we've got the that's confusing. Yeah, it's Aussie, isn't it? It's very similar colours. So yen and Aussie. So the Oz is the weakest, so the fact that that's the weakest is signaling that we could be risk off, because in a risk on environment the Australian dollar should be quite strong. So we've got a cross for the pound Kiwi, so that could be an interesting one. So hopefully it's useful. These are, thanks very much for questioning. They're very, very helpful. I find them quite insightful. You will be looking at a lot of volatility this week, where it'll probably override this, and we'll have to see how we go. It's going to be an absolute roller coaster day tomorrow. I don't think anything's going to come of this, and they might not even hike. They might just signal that they are going to do a 50 basis point hike at the March meeting, and that'll just that'll settle and quell any fears. They might hike tomorrow. It's kind of it's a bit dicey, but they might just be signaling that they are definitely going to do a 50 basis point hike, which is quite aggressive. So we'll have to wait and see. It's how the market digests that information after the event. So watch out for your dollar pairs, and you should be okay. If you can be flat, that might be advisable, and then trade after. This will occur at 4:30 UK time. So if you can wait and you're flat, then it might be an idea. Or if you look just to enter small positions, you should be okay. But I wouldn't do like a normal size on your trades. So lots of information. What I'll do is I'll add this to the YouTube video, and you can read that if you'd like. And then you've got the zero hedge as well. Here's pretty much like a fear monger, but I think everyone knows that anyway. So just overlook that. And that's that. So add these links, and then we'll see how we go. Have a good weekend for the rest of the weekend that we've got it, and I'll speak to you tomorrow morning.